Pretty good, pretty good.
There you go. And now I'm just gonna music off. There you go. So yeah, there's 2 of you instead of 5.
There's 2 of us, indeed.
With a
We've eaten the
potential,
rest.
with a potentially final session for the year. Potentially, who knows? I guess you're gonna go on your little own adventure unless unless one person that's supposed to be here shows up. But probably
Yeah, we'll
not.
figure that out if they show up.
Yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry. If Maple shows up, he can stumble somewhere else.
Okay.
Maybe. Or maybe he's just gonna get himself in trouble and new.
Maybe he just randomly runs into us, like he finds a very well hidden shortcut or something.
Maybe. Give me a second. I am just gonna make sure that I have everything in order. And
Oh right, I ate a magic stone. I remember.
yes, you are a lot more powerful now. I guess.
I did not think that it would work out that well. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I mean, did you
Also,
eat?
we
Did you eat more of
also
them?
we never had we never got the chance to talk about how fucked I could have been.
I'm not gonna tell you, because then you can warn everybody else. Like, do not. I'm just gonna say this: you were extremely lucky, and that's the only that's the only thing I say. Because otherwise, everybody will be like, maybe, just maybe, I
Red
shouldn't.
stone looking kind of tasty.
Yes, indeed. Give me a second. I'm just gonna make sure that this is planted. Okay, so session 9. One more, and then there's gonna be double digits, most likely next year, or maybe this year still. Who knows? There's not much really to say, is there? Because everything has been said already. So I guess I gotta ask you, both of you, a simple question. A question to ask every single fucking week, but there's only 2 of you. Are you ready to begin?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay. So, this on. Yeah. So, last we left off, you were all basically decided to ignore the job, or I guess the task that was given by the local wizard slash madman slash scientist. As you decided to just acquire the gems for yourselves, Recipitra consuming one of them and obtaining some interesting new properties that probably should be checked in further down the line, but until then, pretty powerful upgrades. Deciding to book it for the volcano and just figure out what's inside. Your travels there were not very interesting. You managed to witness just a storm of ash besetting from the volcano, covering the surrounding areas. Surprisingly, even covered in thick ash everywhere, your breathing was normal and you didn't die in it. Then you stumbled upon a couple of big buildings with a small little lake. As Recipitra, you got the fish. All of you were met by this Goliath of an individual who told you that if you're gonna go to the volcano, might as well kill everyone in there, and that there might be potentially a red dragon in there, and told you if you wanna go to the volcano, the best choice you had was probably Dorrom, just a little bit south, which you headed there. But while traveling there, you also got yourself in interaction with a merchant, where Recipitra acquired quite a bit of kits for herself. And eventually, somewhere around midnight, you reached Dorrom. You found an inn without any problems. You bought yourself a room, and you all went to bed without any incident. So, everybody, both of you, had a long rest, no problems, no unexpected problems, no unexpected interactions, and technically both of you are awakened naturally at somewhere maybe just in the earliest of mornings, maybe 8, 9 a.m. Sun is already up. It's relatively quiet. It's relatively peaceful all around. You can hear distant commotions of everyday life in the background. But besides that, nothing. So, how would you like to proceed?
Well, I suppose we can, at the very least, look around a bit.
Just
Yeah, let's take a look around.
just roll me a perception check, as I'll give you this in dice roller for both of you to peruse. So the simple settlement of Dorn is no more than 15 buildings, 12 regular buildings, certainly built of wood, and 3 massive towers by this upper hilly side a bit to the north, just a few hundred feet away from the actual rest of the buildings. That seem to be more like watch guards, well built, sturdy built. Give me a second. So as for the rolls, oh boy, both of you roll high. So you immediately spot that there is a small marketplace in the middle, bustling with life, about 30 people, simple trading going on. You see that there is some sort of barracks a bit further north as you're kind of to the first building from the road. And then looking at the towers in the distance, about 400, 500 feet away from you, you can see that there is, well, they're well maintained, and you can see through the cracks, well, not cracks, but purposely made window sills and grooves to peek head through, that there's about maybe 40 people in all those three towers combined. You assume, both of you, that this entire settlement is about 120, 130 people.
That's a lot of guards. I wonder what they're afraid of.
Would like to check out these towers for sure.
So, decide, both of you, what would you like to do?
Sure, we can go for a nice morning walk.
Yeah, why not? Everybody else is too tired to accompany us, so might as well.
Alrighty. So, passing by a market, you see this massive totem pole, if you will. What seems to be a oak tree that basically got all of its branches cut off and becomes just a single pole with a bunch of engravings. And there's a massive notice board plastered on it. And on the massive plasterboard, there is one massive poster with "Wanted, dead or alive" in Common, Elvish, Dwarvish, and Undercommon. It is a bounty for the Southern Bandit, in quotation marks. There's a description that indicates that this individual is a dwarf male, maybe in his 40s, 50s, long red hair, several scars on its chin and forehead, extremely dangerous, and has listed about a few dozen crimes that involves human trafficking, perjury, arson, murder, and that the bounty is 1,500 gold pieces.
1,500, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I turned to Resavicha. Anybody we know?
I don't think I've seen anyone that short.
Yeah, I don't recall meeting any dwarves on the way here.
Looking around, like, at the bounty lists again, you see that there is, for a troll's tongue, there is 22 gold pieces and 7 silver bounty. And for satyr hooves, there is 4 gold pieces and 8 silver pieces. And of course,
Are there trolls in the area?
You never met one around, so you don't know.
Yeah.
Also, in this like massive, maybe 6x8 board of notices that are from common selling goods to, of course, bounties that you're looking at, there is one interesting note, literal note, at the bottom right side. While everything else is written in common black ink, this one is written almost in this brilliant scarlet color, almost similar to blood. And it just simply has an imprint of a palm on it, fully. And below it, there is... any of you know demonic?
I do not.
No.
Okay, so there's this several runes, like several scribbling runes, and below it there is I guess a call. Join our brothers and sisters upon the highest peak of the volcano. Let us all witness a new dawn together. Everyone is welcome.
Oh, they seem to have a very welcoming demonic culture.
I think I'll take this. I take the note.
Okay. Simple. Yeah, it just easily comes off and everything. Um, Several people immediately noticed that you just took the note. Like several onlookers looking at you now, staring at you a bit, and then walking off or continuing the business as they did.
That's right. Mind your business.
I think they like us.
I think they think we're gonna go join the cult.
Okay, so besides the merchant stalls were basic common goods, mainly foods that are not from here, like more, I guess, rare fruits and vegetables, different types of flour and whatnot. Uh, Basic clothing goods in the market. There's also a tailoring shop at the edge of this market stall. It seems to be quite busy with people, both seamstresses and clients. There's a basic smithy that seems to be just repairing dented armor or broken up weapons, reforging them anew. Uh, Everything is kind of plain and there's nothing worthwhile in the market overall. Unless you want some common goods.
I don't think there's anything I need.
Yeah, no.
As for the towers, there's quite a handful of dirt paths that just lead up this hill that is like 80, 90 feet tall. So it takes you a bit. There's no like security or people asking any questions. And which one would you take, say, in this map? Because there's 3 of them, almost distinct.
Might as well start at the one at the most left. Just go to each one.
Okay. Going to the most
We're
left.
gonna have a long trip.
Going to the most left one. Takes about 2 minutes from the market with easy pace. Making up to the mountain. You can see me as you go to the door of the first tower, which doesn't have any guards or anything. Doesn't seem to be locked as the door is slightly open. You can basically see beyond the hill, like good 100 or so feet of just grasslands and then forests. Excellent. This place would be an excellent, or technically is an excellent place for scouting or picking out targets with a ranged weapon. But yeah, the door is unguarded. The structure looks sturdy, like very sturdy and well maintained. You can hear clattering of armor above you, maybe 30, 40 feet above where you are.
Is there anybody here, like that I can see?
Nobody on the first floor or by the door. You hear maybe 3 or 4 sets of footsteps above.
Do I see anything that they might be shooting at? Like any dead bodies on the ground?
Roll me a perception check. You have no clue. Every once in a while you hear like a thong sound from the tower above you. But you don't really see where it flies or where it goes.
Well, I guess we'll have to ask.
Yeah, I guess we don't really have a choice otherwise.
Okay.
Shall we head upstairs?
Indeed. Onwards!
That's
Yeah.
what we do.
Heading upstairs. The whole tower is about 60 feet tall and about 30 by 30 wide. Walking inside, there is several beds, a cabinet with seemingly a shit ton of bolt ammunition, several crossbows nicely placed on tables, and there's this rectangular staircase that leads upwards without any resistance or trouble, you make it up to the very top, where you see four individuals basically have simple clothing and have their armor, what seems to be a leather armor reinforced with some metallic joints, just kind of on the side, as they all seemingly staring off to the woods, completely entranced in what they're seeing. And they all have crossbows in hand. Some are ready to shoot, while some are reloading their bolts, completely unaware that you're behind them.
Oh, I'm an idiot. These are guard towers.
Hello, my name's Recipitra.
Ooh, I should have said something sooner.
All of a sudden, all of them jump out of just the frightness that you cause. Two of them drop their crossbows. One of them still holds one firm, and the other one was just placed by the side, so it didn't flinch. All of them immediately look back at you, Recipitra, kind of like look at you, then immediately look at Valentine, and these are just, how to say this? They're all human. One is older by maybe 20 years, maybe in his mid 40s. Short, grayish hair, clean cut, while the three other ones look like in their early 20s tops. Messy hair, messy beards. As the eldest one kind of walks up to you, Valentine, takes a few steps closer. We were not awaiting guests. Is something a matter?
Nope, this is my mistake. I was curious about the tower, did not put it together that they were guard towers. That's on me.
One of the boys behind the old man kind of look at you, Val, and just kind of eyes you and looks back at the old man. You reckon he could? And he kind of points out into through the windows into the woods. The old man looks back at the boy, looks back at you, Valentine, eyes you again. Have you ever shot a crossbow before?
I have not fired a crossbow, but I am proficient in standard, bows.
I have.
Oh, that's right.
Like,
Recipitra uses a crossbow.
and she like holds up the crossbow.
You see the old man, because remember, Severa, you're translucent, right? You're kind of see-through. Is all of a sudden, the old man looks at the boys, like at the source, and then just kind of squats down and looks at you. What? You're one of them jelly things, aren't you?
I am quite jelly and I am a thing.
One of them king ilks.
One of them what?
He kind of just squats down, just kind of puzzledly asks you, Recipitra, this.
Well, what does he ask me?
One of the king's ilk.
One of the king's ilk.
Yeah.
I don't know, is the king a slime?
Recipitra might know this.
No, he is not. But yes, I am. And she like takes out her paperwork and like proudly presents it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
He takes out. He looks at the papers, kind of grabs them slightly, kind of tugs it, looks at him, and kind of looks at you, Valentine, with a smile, kind of points. I've seen and heard tales about these kinds of things. What's his name? Some sort of elven high king had a fascination with slimes and has a whole forest dedicated to, and then kind of points at Recipitra, these things. Apparently are under, as it kind of points these papers to you, Valentine, you see that there's this royal seal of High King Falamar Kasha, the chosen High King of the Elves, that basically gives sanctity to Recipitra as one of, I guess, important status to the High King and his court. that if any trouble would happen by the officials of the surrounding provinces or the empire as a whole, there might be severe consequences of it. And it's like very immaculate, very fabulous. This is not like a simple piece of paper. This looks
Right.
opulent.
I take a minute to pore over it.
Do
So
you like
does
it?
this mean are you of higher station than me?
What's a station?
Okay.
Just roll me a history check, Valentine. Let's see how much you know.
How much do I know about nobility outside of my own family?
Yes. Or maybe how much you know about this Elven High King. Okay. You don't much care for Elven politics, but you heard about this elf before. And he became a high king of elves, not because he had the title of it or whatever, but because he came back with two Tarrasques as its companions.
I see. So he's King Shoulda Fuck Mountain.
Yes. And yeah, let's just say the Elven High King is kind of chaotic individual, and apparently those two Tarrasques laid 6 eggs recently, like 3 or so years ago. So have at it. That's how much you know.
But would that put her on a higher social status than me?
You know that technically, by the papers, she's more like a what's it called? Has like an immunity status, but not like any ranking.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, she's like, she's a special girl slime thing.
She's a special girl. That's okay.
Yeah. Anyway, Recipiter, the old man just kind of looks back at you and says, well, if you want to see if you can try to hit it, he kind of ushers you towards the window, and the old man just kind of points. Looking where he points, you see a very dead, a very rotten satyr corpse bound by a tree with several bolts sticking out of it. But also, besides this very dead satyr with maybe 14 crossbolts in every orifice or cavity, you see that there is this green apple that has been put in its jaw that is kind of like uncomfortably unhinged. And he kind of points at that apple. And it looks back at you with a smile, Lucifitra. Think you can hit it?
That's gross.
I do not know, but I am willing to try.
Roll to hit against a standstill target.
Light crossbow.
You kind of aim, look at it, wait for the wind to calm down for a moment, and then release the bolt, and seconds after you see it hit square center of the green apple, and you assume the rest of the bolt goes through its head into the tree. Everybody immediately applauds you, and yeah, like satyr tied to a tree, already dead, and because you hit it in the head, it kind of sticks to the tree.
What, you guys just sit up here taking pot shots at a dead satyr all day?
The old man looks back at you and says, "Training my youngins to shoot properly. At first, standstill targets. So when the target moves, they know how to act.
Typically we used, you know, bales of hay, things like that.
True, but
Seems
base.
like it would be less gross.
The old man just kind of smiles. Well, you see, the satyrs hate this. And sometimes they can get very furious about it and they will try to retrieve their dead. More target practice for us.
I see, so it's also bait.
He nods with a smile on his face.
Huh, alright then. Well, I'm sure if it works, I can't really disagree with your methods. So, is this the... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
How many satyrs do you bait on a daily basis?
Usually they come either at the earliest of dawns or the latest of dusks. And on a good day, 4 or 5.
4 or 5 a day, huh?
On a good day.
On a good day. So there just really is no shortage of them in this forest, huh?
Nah, they're the pests of the Fae. If it was my will, I would say burn the forest down, but... well...
it'd be a shame to lose such a nice forest.
Also, the satyrs could just... extinguish it.
I suppose. So is this the purpose of all 3 of these towers?
He nods. They have the best coverage around this entire settlement, and if anything comes near, a crossbow through the head usually ends any threat.
You don't anticipate anything coming from the road?
He kind of stops and looks at the road a bit, kind of going to the other side. And kind of points at the tavern that you were. There are stories of innkeeper's grandmother that lives there. And believe me, I've seen what she can do when she's angry. The satyrs would prefer getting a bolt through their mouths and die on the grass than witnessing what she can muster for fury.
I see. Alright.
Farron!
See,
Hello.
Hi.
Farron is here!
I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
I wasn't expecting
Ladies
to
and
wake up
gentlemen, we
so
got a-
late.
Damn. Passed out again. I see how it is.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Sleepy Farron.
Sleepy bad.
Oh.
Fine. But yeah.
Well, now that you've joined us, we can stop harassing this old man at a guard tower.
I mean, we don't have to.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't seem like agitated or annoyed. He's just kind of very relaxed, kind of concentrated, eyeing the younglings, seeing that they don't just accidentally shoot themselves in the face with a crossbow. But besides that, pretty chill.
So this old lady, is she friendly to us, or is she just unaffiliated with everyone?
Oh, no. She is the grandson of the owner of that inn that she kind of points at the inn that you slept in.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So, you've got 3 guard towers protecting the town from the forest, and 1 elderly woman protecting the town from everything else.
The man smiles at your comment. Yeah. If you want to know why, go and see her. She probably might tell you a tale or two for a gold or 2.
Oh wow, paying 2 gold to listen to some old windbag waste my time. please.
Jack shrugs. There's a reason why nobody comes across the road.
Well, Resvitra, Farron, shall we?
Let's go.
Let's go.
So, where are you headed?
Where are we headed?
That's a good question.
Well, we could go to the volcano, or if you guys so desired, we could follow up on the old lady.
It's kind of suspicious that she is able to guard the entire town by herself.
Either the story is fake or she's a wizard.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Well, since the others are still resting anyway, how about we go investigate?
All right.
So, heading back to the inn that you are technically still the patrons of, in the morning when you depart, you didn't see anyone, maybe by just luck, but now you basically see this elderly woman that is just kind of tidying up, just sweeping the floor, and, give me a second, let me find the... Yeah, give me a second. She's just kind of tidying up the place, even though it's like barely any like dust or anything. She just kind of keeps it tidy and doesn't even seem to be bothered by you just, entering in. Doesn't raise her head to greet you or anything. Give me a second. Is this not showing up? Okay. So, how would you interact with her, if at all? There you go.
All right, if
This is
nobody's gonna...
This is how she looks.
Oh,
Like a lady, like a woman in her 60s, long gray white hair.
that's her 60s.
This is a 60-year-old woman.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she seems like there's a lot of like loose skin around her face and hands.
My first instinct is to approach this woman as though she's a 110-year-old walking
That's-
corpse. So
That's what I was gonna say.
I walk up to her and I say, "So, I hear you're the steward of this town."
She all of a sudden looks at you, stands up a bit, more proudly, broom in hand. Huh?
Eh?
She just says, huh?
I don't think she can hear you.
Can you? Hold on. I'm not good at talking to old people. Can you hear me?
Yeah?
I was just commenting that somebody told me that you were the big bad protector of the town.
She nods.
Really?
She nods again.
Well,
Oh,
if you
have you
forgive me
accomplished
for
that?
saying, yeah, Farron said it nicer than I was about to.
So what did you say, Baron?
How did you accomplish that?
An old lady with a lot of stories to tell.
Well, I knew it. The story was horseshit.
Are you saying this out loud?
Yes.
Roll me a strength saving throw. And she all of a sudden just kind of grabs you by the hand, just slightly tugs you in.
God.
My God, I'm gonna roll my own thing. Ooh.
Pardon me, miss.
As you realize
That's
something.
a nat fucking 20.
Yeah, I know. So what happens is you all of a sudden you kind of get this grip, just like this very fleshy, skinny grip, and then she kind of like gets her hand around your wrist. All of a sudden you feel like this pressure around the metal in your wrist, and she tugs you for a split second, and there was like immense force, but you not even phased, just still stood up. This lady has a lot of force in her. If you
I lean into her and I say, if you dent my gauntlet, you'll have to pay for it.
She kind of looks at you and says, have your mother not told you to not disrespect the elderly?
My mother once told me, if it has way more hair than your average guy, it's probably a werewolf and it's okay to kill it.
She
I've never thought about it like
she
that.
spits on the ground, says, I am no lycanthrope. I am the tree scale.
The what?
What?
They called me the tree scale, for that's how many dragons I slew.
3 scale. So you killed 3 dragons in your time.
She rolls up her there's normal plain like robes that are baggy. She rolls up her right hand, and by the veins on her like upper wrist, just by the bendy point, there is this old withered tattoo, like ancient tattoo that has basically been mangled and twerked by skin and just age, of 3 scales, one of red, one of green, and one of black, in this almost triangle shape.
You have a strong grip and nice tattoos, but just because I tattoo 5 pictures of elder gods on my chest doesn't mean I've killed them. Come on, you've slain
what?
3 dragons. Surely you have some kind of hard evidence. I don't know why I'm giving this old lady such a hard time.
At the very least, what's the story? How did you do it?
She kind of eyes all of you. If you want to hear the stories, you gotta pay. But if you want to test me, Valentine, she kind of looks at you and points at the table. A simple test of strength. And
hell
against...
yes. I'm already sitting at the table.
So she-
is immediately behind Valentine, like massaging his shoulder and being like, "You got this."
Okay.
And I would like
Somebody
to,
call a cleric, because someone's arm's getting snapped today.
and I would like to give him a guidance by doing so.
Okay. So the lady sits down and she kind of like on a chair, rolls up her sleeves, takes the broom away, or technically, and if you're close, she kind of just hands you the broom.
I just.
And she puts her hair back slightly, so there's nothing in front of her, and she kind of gets this one feeble, like how do I say this? It looks like a feeble arm, but you can see that there is some muscle still left, and she kind of puts it on the table. Strength check versus strength check.
Also add a d4 for guidance.
Yes. Oh my god!
No! Oh wait, no, yes.
What do you mean?
All I have to do is not fuck up.
Yeah.
Too much of a Chad.
Oh my god.
She's just not used to this kind of.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
D4.
Oh!
Let's go!
I won by 1 point.
So Valentine.
I took it easy on it.
Yeah.
No. You grip this lady, and there's a realization of something. As you grip her hand, through the flesh and the skin, what remains of her muscle is equivalent of just pure metal. It is hardened, and she kind of grips you, and you kind of feel this like numbness where she grips her fingers, and you go for it. Arm wrestle. A good 10 seconds or so pass as your eyes lock. you can't really budge, neither can she, until for a brief second. For some, maybe the gods are watching you as you get the advantage, and all of a sudden, with the sudden initiative, you just slam her hand into the table, winning.
Woo! I knew you could do it.
I mean, I knew I could do it too. I
Valentine.
An old lady at an arm wrestle. It's not exactly. I'm not gonna write home about it.
Valentine, you feel the pressure of her fingers around your hand where she grabbed you. Ooh.
I give you a hard time, old lady, but it sounds like you've got iron in your veins. So I only give you a hard time because I feel like you can take it.
She kind of squints at her hand, kind of grasping it a bit. Looks at her with a bit of sadness. Damn, I got old.
Yeah, time makes fools of us all.
She kind of eyes you back, Valentine. You can have my tale for free if you wish to listen.
Do you guys want to hear it?
I wanna hear.
I'm curious.
Okay, then I will sit down and I'll have a drink.
Okay. So, also the drinks is also on the house. So,
I hope so.
do. So, as the lady kind of sits down by the table, as you all gather, grab a drink or whatnot, it's calm, it's pleasant. She begins her tale by telling you about her adventures up north in a place called Trugmar Spires, where the most brave and foolhardy of people in the entire world live. Always thirsty for adventure, fame, and glory, to achieve ranks of killers. From the meagerest boar killers to the most renowned title of dragon killers. She set off on her adventure across the world when she was 13. At the age of 16, with a group of 7, she killed her first dragon, thus becoming a dragon killer. At the age of 22, single-handedly she ambushed the green dragon and killed her, bring its head to the tribe that she was part of, and became the 2 scale. And at the age of 29, with the help of one additional individual that later on became her husband, she killed a 3rd dragon, an ancient black one, and became the 3 scale.
You found a lot of dragons in your life, old lady.
Well, I scoured the entire world, he would answer. From east to west, I've been everywhere. Been in the tallest mountains of dwarven kind to the deepest layers of the underground in the Underdark.
So what made you stay here?
She kind of just sighs. I have 22 grandchildren.
Oh god.
Oh my. Oh.
All of them except one stayed up north, pursuing their own adventure.
Out of character because it's not something that Sophia would say, but she's been slaying more than dragons.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Uh-huh. 21 of them stayed up north to seek their own adventures and whatnot. While the 22nd, one of my youngest grandchild, now age of 22, has decided to set off to live a calm life away from his homeland, and I decided to assist him. As she kind of looks around as if like somebody could hear besides all of you. I might have gotten in trouble with my old tribe, and they gave me an ultimatum to exile myself or be hung, so I decided to exile myself with
Oh.
my grandchild. Came here, built an inn, and for the past 4.5 years, been managing it. I thought this place would be a bore, but the satyrs come every once in a while, and I have something to reminisce about.
So, what did you eat?
She just blinks at you.
What did you eat that your people were so upset at you?
Oh, I thought
It
you
was
said...
it was it was a baby. It was a baby. That's 5 gold. It was a baby. She didn't immediately say no.
Why is she thinking?
She sighs. That is half correct.
What?
You see, apparently, I was not informed about this, but one of the tribe's people of my tribe found a red dragon's egg. A small one, the size of, points at you, Farron, of this youngin's head. I mistook it for a very large chicken egg.
Yeah, I bet you did. Yeah, right. So real talk. What was it like? Was it good?
It was relatively delicious and a bit spicy, but I thought it was just going a bit rotten.
Well, the people looks very disappointed. I wish I could eat one.
Maybe one day, Recipitra. Maybe one day.
She kind of looks at you,
I wanna
Recipitra.
get one.
If you run ahead and find yourself an egg, there's a high likelihood that the volcano might hold what you seek.
Let's go!
Wait, stop. Does that mean the volcano is a red dragon nest?
Not yet. I can hear the flutters in the distance. A single pair of wings. But it's a male. One.
Then why would there be eggs in the volcano?
For the soul male.
Oh wait. The cult. They're probably trying to hatch red dragons. Where they got the eggs, who knows? Although that might be why the male is approaching.
My guess, these cultists are just egg hatchers. We have many tales about those ilk. Humans devoted to dragons, seeking proper habitats for dragons and their kin, performing rituals for their comfort.
By the gods. The volcano cult is a dragon worshipping cult. Do you know what that means?
Can I get to eat one?
Yes, it does mean that you get to eat one, but it also means that I'm finally going to be able to make a cloak out of red dragon scale. Oh!
I get to eat one!
I finally will get to make the cloak without having to actually kill a dragon. My whole life I've had nightmares about fighting the dragon for that cloak, but the dragon worshippers probably have the scales on them somewhere.
So you're heading for the volcano, is that it?
Yeah, what made you... Lucian.
Okay, by the way.
Well, if you're heading to the volcano, there's several troublesome things I need to tell you about. I've been nearby it for 4 years, and I'm a watchful person. I see the signs of danger.
Yeah?
It's about a day's track, and there's a small valley that you can go into the forbidden ashy corridors of the volcano. From there, about another day's travel into the center where the volcano lies. But many threats loom there. ash basilisks, dust devils, rampant and fanatical elementals of fire. It's a dangerous place.
I assumed.
As for this cult, I have no help with that. Some of them wander here to this very village of Dorrom to buy supplies for themselves.
Do they give anybody any trouble?
Shakes her head, no.
Huh. Well, if they
They
don't
are-
now, then they probably will be.
They are civilized yet outlandish people, even by my standards. They will talk plainly, commonly, politely, but their eyes are filled with zeal, determination, and purpose.
Well, I mean, they don't want to scare away their, new master's food source. I think we should go bust some eggs.
You mean eat them, right?
Eat them, bust them. You can throw them into over a cliff for all I care.
Throw them into my mouth?
Then it's settled. We go to the volcano, we're gonna steal all of their dragon-related paraphernalia, and we're going to feed Resifitra a dragon egg.
Yes!
And also me. Also, I want one.
I will give you one.
Thank you.
Well, if you bring a dragon egg here, I can make several things out of it.
Oh,
Like what?
Food!
an omelet?
Nods.
Oh,
Do you believe the dragons I killed didn't have any eggs with them?
I don't know why they would carry them around with them.
Well, they didn't really care around them as they were in their lairs.
Right.
Hmm.
Oh, before we do that then, I should probably find someone who can turn all of my elk hide into actual cloaks for us to wear.
She immediately just kind of points to herself, and then she kind of gives like this pointing finger outside. The best standers around here for days of travel is either me or that fool elf by the name of Ted.
Well, I don't want to do any business with elves, so I guess you're the best I got.
Elkai, you say.
Very special elk hide. Some idiot wizard was feeding them flame stones that caused them to become heat resistant. So,
And then I ate one. And
And
now
she
I'm
ate
heat resistant.
so she doesn't need one. I don't even know if she can wear clothes.
I see.
I can, but I do not like to.
I guess she,
Same.
as she kind of examines the hide, she kind of looks at it. Well, this hide is gonna take a bit. 4 or 5 days, maybe.
5 days. Well, I guess it can't be helped.
It's not like the eggs are walking anywhere.
Not yet.
And you're gonna just stand up and walk away.
Stuff inside the eggs could start going places. What's the size of a red dragon whelp?
Roll me a nature or history check.
Oh, I was asking her.
Oh, fair enough. She kind of looks a bit at all of you, like looks around, like as if looking for a reference, and then she kind of curls up one of the hides as if like a basket of sorts, and it's a basket that could probably fit like a good chest cavity of Valentine or
So about the
Farron.
size of a large cat.
No, your cavity, as in like your chest cavity.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
about the size of a large cat
Kinda, yeah.
or a small dog.
Hmm.
You can compare them to real animals, and those exist.
Fair enough.
You silly old lady. I was just
Sorry.
worried that they'd be like my size or larger.
Also, remember, They're dragons. They're not cats, nor they are dogs.
Well, I'm sure they die all the same. I'm sorry. I
Also,
don't
that
kill
would be
cats, I promise.
boring.
Please
I
don't.
mean, I've eaten those before.
Oh my god. I mean, you only did it because you had to, right?
Why would you ask that?
Right.
You should have just left well enough alone on that one.
Oh no.
Well, we were kind of just in the forest, you know.
Oh, wild dogs? Yeah, then who cares?
Oh,
I've eaten like 6 wild dogs in my life.
that's a very specific number.
It's because they don't taste nice, okay?
Recipetra, like, nods very self-importantly. Yes, yes, I do agree.
Alright, so I will commission the old lady to make us as many cloaks as she can make.
As many cloaks as she can make. And you have 3 hides of it, right?
I have 40 pounds worth of hide.
Ooh, yeah. So not only tanning, but also... She kind of looks at it. You know, because I like you, she kind of looks at you, Valentine. 35 gold pieces, and you got yourself a deal.
Hold on. I stare at Farron. I'm like
Yeah.
staring very hard at Farron right now.
Do you want me to help?
I'm imagining you catching fire, and I'm weighing how much that's bothering me.
I mean, I can pay for my share.
Oh, well then that's fine. We'll do that then.
So,
I have 12 gold pieces.
How much would each cloak cost, do you think?
that depends. She kind of points at Recipitra. Does she need a cloak?
No.
No, I don't wear clothes.
2, 3, 4. Technically, 4. Well, to cover your entire body, you could make 2 probably. While not fully covered, so I can make for all 4 of you.
We'd probably need them for all 4 of us. They just need to be big enough to where we can use them to, shield our heads, our upper bodies.
I might need more hide then. I could do
You know
2.
what that means. How much more do you need?
She kind of looks at the hides. Double the amount.
Double the amount. It took 3 elks to get this.
Yes.
Well, what do you think, Farron, Recipitra?
I'm not sure there are. I'm
One
not
at a
sure there
time.
are enough eggs that we can appropriate for this.
I feel like I kind of don't want to go back to that forest. On the off chance we run into that guy again.
Oh, that
That's a good
egg.
point.
Alright, so we're gonna have to do the best we can with what we have. What can you make this for 4 people?
Well, if you say it's magical.
It's magic enough.
I can make enough for 2 of you to be fully covered by it.
Okay.
I'm not much of a... Maybe gloves.
Gloves. Okay, so 2 cloaks and 1 set of gloves.
Can be done.
Well, I guess beggars can't be choosers. Alright. You said
Yeah,
35?
sounds good.
She nods.
Alright, fine.
I can use the scrap from both of the cloaks to make the pair of gloves.
Very well then. It is settled. I will pay you after the job is done.
She nods. Um, so she takes the clothes and she kind of immediately just gets a simple rack, a basic rack, and just puts them on and starts to
I guess we'll see in a couple days then.
So, what we gonna do? Target practice with satyrs?
I was just thinking that we could recuperate some of the loss from this, like going out and harvesting some satyr hooves. Plus, I'm very curious. The satyr that had this mace, surely they have more things like this. My thought is, if we poke enough beehives, we'll eventually find a queen, right?
Resifitra wraps her green scarf around her a bit more and is like, I would like to find some more stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. At first, I wanted to avoid the satyrs because I hate them, but now I realize they have things I might want.
Ah, the duality of man. I hate them, but they have cool stuff.
And it's okay to kill them, so what are we waiting for?
It is time for a hunt.
Indeed.
Murmur. So, how would you like to proceed?
Oh, real quick, I need Resifitra to identify the mace.
Oh, also speaking of maces, I was also wondering, because I have a mace and I have a stuff.
Yes,
Yeah, I completely forgot that I need to actually do that.
I shall have a nice licky lick.
A nice taste of magic mace.
Oh no.
Be careful, it has 3 of those red stones in it.
Yeah, I try to lick the mace instead of the stones.
So, is there like anything else you want to do while this I guess identify, or are you gonna not do a ritual and just
No, I'm gonna do a ritual.
So-
10 minutes or 10 minutes.
So, what are you doing then? I just waiting.
I'm just waiting.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just waiting.
Okay, I guess like gonna give me a second. Oh gee. Let's see. Second. And I don't know what else you doing, because I'm gonna give you the stats. Let's just say it's a powerful mace that does additionally fire damage, and you can use Scorching Ray on command 3 times a day
Ooh.
at 2nd level.
On command?
Yes, as an action, you can do Scorching Ray.
Does it deal any additional damage in melee?
D6 bludgeoning, normal, and then
Right.
D6 fire.
Wow, okay.
Yes. So.
Well,
So-
thank you very much, Resifitra.
You're welcome. It tasted very interesting.
Oh, it's gonna taste real interesting when it's covered in satyr blood, that's for sure.
No.
I'm not sure if satyr blood is the perfect source for this, but I will trust your lead on this one.
Well, shall we?
Oh, I was wondering if Rest Feature could glue my quarterstaff and the mace I have together.
Hmm?
So I got given a mace by Rest Feature.
Mm-hmm.
I have my quarterstaff. So I was wanting to glue them together and have a really long, bonking
Hold
stick.
on, that's
Mm. I am afraid I do not have anything that is thick enough for this task.
Okay.
Just gonna. So.
there's a word for that. Hold on, I'm gonna die.
You're gonna die?
Well, I'm gonna fucking die. What is it called? A polearm mace.
There
A
you go.
long mace?
A long mace. Ugh. Nah, I put the thing in dice roller. So yeah.
Ooh,
Yes,
nice fancy.
that is fancy indeed. So yeah, how would you like to proceed, my good people?
What?
So we're gonna go do some hunting, right?
Mm-hmm. Let us head to the forest.
Which part? Are you gonna go to the north or are you gonna go to south, basically? You know.
Did
Where I
we
think
get
that
told which
the
one's dangerous?
raiders come from, that the people are shooting at.
Okay, the north side. So, question: are you gonna go stealthily or are you gonna just like, hey, hello?
I would say we go stealthily, and I would also use my scarf to cast Pass Without Trace on us as a group.
Nice. So technically, then everybody roll a stealth check, but with additional 10 as a modifier.
Don't I have like a...
Wow, good thing for that plus 10. I fucked that up.
Wait, no, not plus 20. Plus 12. So 24.
Yeah. Reciprocal also roll. Let's go.
Yes,
I see.
funnily I have disadvantage because I have scale mail.
Okay.
So it is a 15.
You didn't do the plus 10 pass without a trace. So-
Yeah, but it is still a 15 with the plus 10. Since I have disadvantage. So
Oh
3 plus 2
yeah,
plus 10.
yeah. Okay, so going into the woods, just going north, and just sneaking, trying to, I guess, stalk out a satyr or two, or figure out if there's any of them. Good 10 minutes in, just wandering and just seeing if you can find anything. You find no traces or tracks of anything. Roll me a perception check.
Bazing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Shut up.
Valentine, you look around, just kind of minute after minute as you're kind of wandering the forest to try to figure out anyone, if there's anyone here. Looking at the branches, at the ground, looking for any signs of cracks, satyr activity at all. You find that this section, this part, thick forest is just abandoned. There's nothing present. Not a single satyr hoof print that is like it's kind of just empty. But also what also you notice is that there is no animal life. The the forest is devoid of like simple bird sounds.
Now there's nothing here at all.
Yeah.
Hmm. What do you think, Reciphetra?
I haven't eaten all of them.
No, I don't think you have. And I don't think the guards have just killed everything.
I mean, when you went to the forest, didn't saw like bodies of new satyrs.
Oh yeah, they said that they raided up to 5 a night. Well, I don't see any evidence of that at all.
Well, considering that I'm using one of their scarves, it would make sense that they are traveling by similar means.
Oh. Oh no, you're right. How would we be able to tell that they're here if they're essentially unnoticeable?
I could drop the pass without trace in favor for a detect magic and try to find their like the abjuration magic that they use to ward against being found.
Yeah, but as soon as you do that, then we're easier to find, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Ooh, I know. I pull my whip out,
Mm-hmm.
and I am going to... let's see, what's the reach of it? 10 feet? I am going to crack it in 360 degrees around me, 10 feet, as far away as I can.
Uh-huh.
To see if anything reacts to the sound.
Roll me a d20.
Do I get a proficiency bonus?
No. This is not to hit something.
I
This
see.
is to see if something happens.
I haven't done any whip tricks yet, so I don't know what I would roll for whip tricks.
Okay. So you go around with your whip. Wapa 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 all over. Crackling like small branches apart, and just the whip echoes through the forest for quite a bit, and then you kind of just stop. You just see if anybody responds. There is nothing. There's deathly silence.
So either the satyrs have complete nerves of steel, or there's nothing here.
Seems like it.
I would like to drop my pass without trace in favor of a detect magic as a ritual cast.
Okay. You cast the magic. Besides the items that you have, there is no source of magic anywhere.
I've got a bone to pick with the guys in that guard tower.
Uh-huh. So...
It is strange that there's nothing here.
There's just nothing here. All right. Well, I guess we're going back.
Okay. So, yeah, it takes you about 15 minutes. You make back to the familiar, you make to the familiar tree line of the grasslands, and you see the familiar, like, corpse, like, a good 100 feet away of the satyr. And you see by that corpse, there's another corpse of a satyr.
What?
You see as the other satyr that is just freshly killed has two crossbolts, one kind of pinning him by the neck to the tree, while the other just goes immediately through the neck, and you realize that this satyr probably trying to like snatch or maybe rip off the ropes and snatch the satyr. And you see that there is still a trickle of fresh blood just leaking out. As you kind of observe this, there's a whistle coming from the guard tower. The sharp whistle that several whistles pass, and you hear a yell, "That's our kill!"
Well, I certainly wasn't going to try to scavenge somebody else's kill, but it's very frustrating.
Did can I look like where it came from, like on the ground, where like
Any
its
tracks?
footprints
Uh,
came from?
Roll an investigation, everybody. Recipitra. So to put it in perspective, it's a tree line. There's like, every few dozen feet there's a tree, but going into the forest it becomes thicker and thicker. And this tree was purposely this large oak tree that satyr, well, two that satyrs are. It was basically chosen for the purpose that it's out of the way of the rest of the trees and has the clearest fire. As you kind of approach about 80 feet, you all of a sudden realize something. As in the front facing the tower, in front of it fully is the dead satyr that is, you shot an apple. And then slightly to the side, there's another freshly killed satyr. You realize that there's a third satyr in a form of a shivering magic behind the oak itself. As you realize there's these slight shimmers, and this satyr seems to be pressed against the oak, trying to blend in. It's invisible, but some flicker of the light just kind of revealed that there is hooves about 5.5 feet above ground that slightly move. How would you like to proceed?
So first I would like to drink my experimental elixir while pretending not to see him. So that gives me a walking speed of 10 more for an hour. And then I would like to take out my crossbow without warning and shoot him.
How close are you gonna get to this?
What's the effective range? 80. Yeah, like 80 feet, so I'm in range for the crossbow.
Roll to hit. All of
Do
us.
I get advantage for a surprise
No.
attack?
No, there's no surprise. As it all of a sudden, you just gotta aim, and you think you know where its head is, and you just shoot. All of a sudden, you see the twist of the horn, as where you think the head is, just kind of flies through. It goes about like 40 more feet before it sticks. The bolt sticks into the earth. As all of a sudden, you hear a sudden huff from where you think the satyr is. As all of a sudden, this grayish mist appears for a brief moment, and the shimmer is gone.
Well, noticing that Recipitra just took a shot up in the air. It was up in the air, right?
Yeah, it looks like she just shot slightly behind the tree. The oak tree.
I would like to cast detect magic with a spell slot to try and see if I can see it anywhere.
Roll me a perception check.
I asked Aggressive features. So what is it? They're in the trees? They're invisible? What's going on?
Invisible satyrs.
Oh.
You look around, trying to find any marks of magic. There is none except for this shimmering red dagger. What seems to be lodged between the oak trees where the satyr stood. Between the branches, there's this red shimmer of evocation magic, and looking at it, you see this simple dagger that has been just jutted into the bark.
I would like to walk over and pull it out.
Roll me a strength check.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, I
My
can help.
only weakness.
Sure. Oh yeah. A few seconds. You realize it's not like, an inch, like a few centimeters. It's like the entire blade of this dagger just got shed in. As you take some effort to pull it out, it takes a good few seconds. Just getting a grip and getting an angle to lever your plasmoid self. The dagger comes off with a pop, and you see that this is not a normal dagger.
I
This
thought as much.
so no. So this dagger, what you realize, is made of coal iron. Similarly as one that Valentine has, but in its like blade, like the very hilt blade, there is red dust. At first you thought it was maybe just like tree bark, soup or something, but you realize when you're touching, it's kind of like reminiscing of that crystal that you consumed and the other crystals that you have. Just less like, a single like crystal gem type of thing, like a orb. It's more like been glued around the very...
Oh, but by the way, real quick, did someone put the gem into the inventory?
Which one?
Like the other red gem that we still have?
That's the part.
I mean, I am.
Wait, what?
Did anyone put the other red gem that we still have in the inventory?
I didn't.
Yes,
Valentine?
I have it.
Okay.
Ah, okay. Just want to make sure.
Okay. Yeah, I've got it.
Okay. Well, since the satyr doesn't seem to be here anymore, I suppose I will take my sweet time licking the dagger with an identify ritual.
Okay. But also, yeah, looking around, you see no signs of any illusion or any other magics.
For the entire 10 minutes of this ritual cast, my detect magic is still on, since identify doesn't need concentration.
So, are you gonna head somewhere or just gonna stay behind the oak and wait for 10 minutes?
I'm just gonna stay there.
Yeah, we'll just hang out here.
We'll just hang out.
Just gonna hang out, I guess.
Just a few
On guard,
pairs.
of course.
Few pairs sitting next to a dead satyr, you know.
Yeah. Okay. In that case... Oh
What does
god.
that mean?
Well, um, s- a second. Also, everybody just roll me perception.
Wait, no, I can't type.
Lamau.
Oh my god.
Let's
Well, at least
go.
Tyron is paying attention, I guess.
Okay, okay.
At
So,
least one of us.
Farron,
Yes.
looking just around, just looking as kind of the oak is just kind of chilling, vibing as much as you can with that now 2 dead satyrs. There is an individual, an entity you see deep in the forest, about 200 feet or so, on one of like mossy rocks, standing. It's a satyr, but it's a different kind of satyr. The satyrs that you currently just have in your possession are like short brown fur, human-like features, no armor, except for a few leather scraps, basic wooden tools, not tools, but basically wooden arrows and just bows. The one in the forest, far away from you, which as you look at it, has this metallic bow of dark metal and a dark metal helmet with horns that probably are the size of your arms, and looks to be maybe 8.5 foot tall, as it seems to be just gleaming at all of you in the distance. Give me a second if I can find a picture.
I would love to own that bow.
Let's see.
Why? What do you see? What do you see?
He sees this thing. Give me a second. Load it.
Oh, shit.
As he just kind of stares from the very far distance.
But what do you think, Valentine? You take the helmet, I take the bow?
I'm gonna take the whole head. I'll make a drinking horn out of his horns.
What is your action at this very moment as you see this Farron?
I tell everyone there's a really big satyr there. He actually has equipment. He's not like the others.
He's
Yeah,
not like other girls.
he's not like the other girls.
Farron, as you kind of point, all of a sudden look back at the satyr, and you see it has lowered its bow as you see a projectile heading towards you. Let's see if it hits. Okay, what's your AC?
He's shooting at us.
My AC is a clean 20.
Okay, let's see. Ooh!
Easy.
Why is this a plus 16?
As all of a sudden you see this singular, like you see the singular frame and just scoot aside for a brief moment. You see this massive shadow just go by you and hit the oak, like the very side, and it splinters the oak, like not like through the middle, but like 3/4 to the left of the oak. It just goes through the oak and splinters it.
Well, I'm glad that didn't hit
As
me.
you look back, you see the satyr is gone.
Do we try and chase him? Or do we want to try and chase him?
I do not think I'm as stable as a tree.
Valentine got the proper idea. He fucking knows.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that would mean that he's much bigger up close. I don't think we can do just the 3 of us. I'm confident, but I also don't think I can tank an arrow the size of a tree trunk.
Looking at the arrow, you see that despite what you saw, like you saw like maybe a third of a foot wide projectile of shadow just go through the oak. Looking at where the arrow landed, there is dark, like coal charred wood with these nice pristine raven feathers, and the very tip of this arrow seems to be made of this blackish metal, and it's heavy. Like, you know how most arrows maybe weigh like 20 arrows maybe weighs like 2 pounds. This feels like it weighs 1.5 pounds. Like it is heavy.
I take the. I'm gonna take it. I take the arrow.
I mean,
I wanna lick it.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
let Recifetra identify it for sure.
if we can get on top of the archer, I can just pin him down.
Oh,
And that is how the smut story started.
No. But he can't shoot at us, and he's not really a threat, right?
Well, I mean, the amount of strength it would take to draw a bow that fires 1.5 pound arrow. I mean,
yeah.
That's also true.
Also, question. So, are you gonna stop Recipitra with your what's it called? Your identifying of dagger?
No. I at this point I'm basically eating it like popcorn.
Jesus Christ! Give me a second. Just gonna quickly do this. See next. Okay. It's almost done. Almost done. Okay, done it. There you go. Dagger of Fiery Burden. Oh, God damn it! I just. Let's see, I'm just gonna edit this. So yeah. And a fire knife is basically a fire version of ice knife. So, yeah. Also, question: are you just gonna like wait by the tree while you just identify, not gonna move anywhere?
That's a good point. Yeah, I'll just keep a lookout.
Okay.
where? How close are we to the guard tower?
About like 200 feet away.
Let's move up towards the guard tower at least.
Would you go inside or just buy it?
Up within like view of it.
Okay, fair enough. As for Recipitra, as for the arrow, roll me wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
So Recipitra tries to just eat this arrow, just sucking on it, trying to figure out its properties. And somewhere 5 minutes on, like, going through it, you all just feel something is off. Like, Recipitra stops doing its motions. Recipitra, you're just kind of trying to figure out what this arrow is for the past few minutes. And then you just kind of feel like tired and sloggy and just like your vision starts to dim and you can't really do anything, say anything, and you just kind of slump as you see Valentine and Faerun. Recipitra is now just a puddle of Recipitra, and there is this arrow in the middle of it.
So she's probably.
Touching it, you see that Recipitor is reactive, as in alive, but you don't know what the hell happened to her.
So I am guessing that she is poisoned, and I can use Lay on Hands and use 5 points to cure the poison.
Um,
Is that okay?
you want to try it?
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure it's not
you cast
poison.
cast a lay of hands, and then you just see that nothing happens.
What?
If it was poison, it would have been a con save, and also I'm resistant to poison.
Listen, I never said Faerun was smart.
Yeah,
But-
Baron's doing his best.
But yeah, basic.
So, is it possible for me to scoop up a Recifitra?
Yeah,
And,
it's basically like a massive.
Needing some Tupperware.
It's like a
Is
mass.
she solid enough to carry like
Yes,
a big,
it's-
like a big
it's-
old silly putty?
Yeah, it's literally like just a big chunk of Jello.
All right.
It's like that. It's like that feeling where it's about to break, but it doesn't break type.
All right, Farron. You grab the arrow. I'll scoop up Recifitra. We gotta get back
Okay.
to the inn.
Okay.
And don't put it in your mouth.
Home.
Why would I?
I don't know. People in our party like to put shit in their mouths.
That's true.
All right, so we're gonna take Recifitra and the arrow back to the inn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it takes you a good 3 minutes. You back to the inn. You see Tara, the lady that you got the tail from, with the familiar human that basically gave you the rooms yesterday. Kind of looking over her grandmother doing the hides, as they're now fully stretched, and there's a small smoky fire that you start in the middle of the inn, just kind of hitting the back of the the hides. But yeah,
Should we just leave her to sleep it off, or do you think we should try and find a doctor? Oh, I feel like because she's a slime, there's not going to be people who know what to do with her.
Well, what I'm guessing is if this arrow is not poisoned, then it's cursed.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that can do anything about that?
It doesn't look like it. I can cure poison and disease. Let me check. I don't have any spells for it, do I? No. I'm trying to think.
I don't like the rate of things try to identify attacking me.
I don't know. When you put shit in your body, sometimes it hurts.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything that can help if it's not poison or disease, which it isn't.
As though it's not good enough that the arrow is the size of my arm, it also has some kind of paralysis curse.
Wouldn't that be extremely expensive?
Unless he could just do it himself.
That's true, but like, an arrow, you're not gonna get it back, so I feel like it would add up. I don't know.
would you be just talking on the first floor, like about this with Versifitrin?
Yes.
All of a sudden the lady, the grandmother, just kind of eyes all of you having this discussion, and just kind of bellows out, "So what did you do?"
There's a large satyr in the forest that shoots black arrows that cause paralysis. This is such an arrow.
They're really big.
He immediately spits in the ground and says, "Put it down.
Yeah, put it down.
Burn it."
Don't burn it.
Wait, why?
Do you not recognize the wood?
Should we?
You roll me a nature check, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, do I?
Nature +1. Oh no.
Oh, Baron. So, just kind of examining the thing, and you thought at first it was like just wood. It's like metallic and dark, and you're like kind of, maybe just burned. And then you realize, no, it's just very fine dark wood.
Oh.
And you have no fucking clue what it is still, even with a 20.
Okay, good. I have no idea. Should we
Yes,
know?
enlighten us.
She kind of continue. She kind of just chuckles and just kind of continues to tamper with the hide that you bestowed upon her, and says, "That is Shadowfell bark."
Do
I'm
we-
waiting for more information.
It is poisonous, corrupted bark of the Fae.
So, if I'm guessing correctly, the effect won't wear off until the arrow is destroyed.
She kind of shrugs. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, so you just wanted me to burn it for no reason?
Well, maybe don't touch it. I would burn it.
I'm touching it. We've been
I
touching
mean,
it the whole
nothing's happened yet.
Yet.
We need to figure out the nature of the ailment and find someone that can undo it.
Go to the fucking barracks. There's always someone who can help with this. Get fucking get the cleric. As he kind of she kind of looks at the human that you realize it's his hers grandson. As she screams, "Todd, fetch the cleric!" As he looks and says, "Yes, Grandma." And proceeds to walk. He proceeds to walk out.
Fix my ooze.
Fix my ooze. Give me a second. So, while Todd is out there doing your bidding, anything else you want to do? Like, interact or just, I guess, wait, I guess?
I'm just gonna sit here and make sure Reza Feature's okay and make sure nobody accidentally jabs themselves with that arrow.
Okay.
Do I recognize the material on the arrowhead? You said it was like a black glossy, glossy black.
Yeah.
Okay, well I know it is in real life, but does Valentine know? Knowledge nature. Nah.
You have no fucking clue. It looks.
He is clueless.
Give me a second. Just gonna. So, takes you good 5 minutes, and Todd comes back and says, the barracks are closed, something about work, but I found this fella, and give me a second. I wanna show you this because that's gonna be fucking hilarious. Okay, so this is the individual that just strolls up. This scarlet robe motherfucker with an iron mask and this very elongated staff that can be basically both. As it kind of looks at all of you, gives a polite nod and says, "Greetings. I am Renat. I heard one of your companions is ailing."
I point to the ooze on the table.
I use detect good and evil, not detect, divine sense, because he just looks very sussy.
Okay. Remind me, what do you can sense with divine?
Celestials, fiends, undead, consecrated, desecrated within 60 feet.
Uh, the nothing about it screams anything, but when you see, uh, you realize that its spear, its rod, seems to be consecrated, blessed by
Oh,
some sort of thing.
okay. Maybe
Uh,
he is like not evil.
Jesus Christ. As um uh this Renault individual walks up to Recipitra, snaps a few fingers as if like trying to wake it up, and then kind of leans forward, removes what seems to be this metallic mask of a raven of sorts, and you see this quite heavily scarred and singed face of an elderly man, maybe in his 40s, 50s. Just kind of eyes Recipitra a bit. Looks at you, Valentine. You see its eyes are basically pale, murky white. Like, as if blind. But looks at you nonetheless and says, "What afflicted her?"
Black Arrow, Shadowwood. She tried to identify it, but because she's a slime, she has to put it in her body to identify it.
The man chuckles a bit and just shakes his head a bit. "I see. Let me try something." As all of a sudden, he goes through his pouch a bit, grabs another pouch from that pouch, and there's a bit of like these crimson dusts. And he just kind of pours all over Recipitra's body, Salt Bay style, if you will, and starts to cast some. No question, does anybody know demonic?
No.
Um,
Would I
Sounds
recognize it?
trustworthy.
What
roll me a religion check.
Oh. Finally my time. Oh, I only have a +3. Sag. No! I was slacking off at church.
So, you just see the man pour this dust and just go Ranu Fara Hira, and then snaps his fingers, and there's this all of a sudden loud click sound, like a small thunder clapped in his hand, and all of a sudden you see the dust ignites into flames for a few seconds, and all of a sudden Recipitru just the familiar darkness that you kind of got there for a few minutes, hours, days, all of a sudden you just snap out of it as you're kind of engulfed in flame for a second, and the flame wears off instantly. All of a sudden you see Valentine Recipitra is, I guess, more lively than it was moments ago.
Oh, hey, that was a good nap. Where are we? Who's
Good
this
dick
guy?
stock.
Thank you. We're in the inn. You fell unconscious after eating this.
Oh,
I kinda
right.
just-
She reaches for the arrow and tries to put it in her mouth again.
Oh no!
Snatch it away. No.
This hooded individual, now I guess without a mask, looks at the arrow and looks at you, Valentine, says, "You should put it away. It's a dangerous object, the Shadowfell."
Yeah, thank you. I don't blame you. You didn't know, I already knew.
He kind of
So,
eyes all
Are
of
these
you
supposed?
and says, "You are not familiar faces around here, are you? Do tell, what brings you to this isolated location in the middle of the Empire?"
My feet.
Ha!
Huh?
Got him.
There's a
We're
slight
here
chuckle.
on important business.
We're just exploring.
Yeah, just exploring.
I see. Exploration, very important. Any sights you might be interested in seeing?
Yeah, we're thinking about looking at the volcano, maybe.
Wait,
The man claps his hands together. What a coincidence. I was going to travel there myself in a matter of a few hours.
I
We
was
still
gonna
have
say, he
few
looks like
days
he
to
might be a
spend
cultist.
here.
He looks
Yeah,
so
that's why I
sussy.
didn't say.
We
As
still have to spend a few more days here.
Yeah, our cloaks are not ready.
cloaks, fire resistance. Poor mortal souls. Do you not have
Why?
fate? You could
What is
just.
faith?
It is a belief of becoming greater than you already are, young one. As it kind of looks at you. If you truly wish to challenge the volcano, do not come bearing resistances and immunities to it. If you truly want to understand the fire that stokes the volcano, you must witness it firsthand with your own flesh and blood.
Oh, I will. I plan on eating it.
Yeah, that kind of sounds like if you want to win a knife fight, don't wear armor because you want to know what a knife feels like, right?
Scott looks blankly at you, Valentine.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No,
Can't.
but you must always prepare to be fighting without any armor, because that day might happen.
I don't like armor anyway.
Buddy, I sleep in my breastplate.
Then you are living in fear, my friend.
Have you ever been stabbed? It hurts.
I have been stabbed and maimed more.
Then you know. You give me a hard time.
Yes, but I do not fear being stabbed, maimed, or burnt. For my own body is a temple, and only
That must be nice.
and only the fires of the volcano are welcome. So please.
Wonder if I could be a temple. Might be a bit big and hard to transform into. But imagine if I was a temple.
I... There's just awkward silence.
Sabrina seems to be very busy imagining herself as a temple.
Yeah. As then the cloaked figure just looks at you, Valentine, putting on its mask. I shall be leaving at dusk for the mountain. My flock awaits me there. If you wish to join me, you're more than welcome.
We'll see.
He kind of gives a nod, safe travels, and just walks out of the inn.
Oh, you too, friend.
I turn to everyone else. So he's obviously evil, right?
Oh yeah, big volcano cult man. Evil? Maybe not. Creepy? Definitely.
I kind of feel like a salted snail.
Kind of look
And-
like a salted snail.
Wouldn't you
And
be
it's a
dead if
bit
you were a
more
salted
like,
snail?
Brushes the remains of the burnt powder off of herself.
Mm-mm-mm.
So what do you
Uh,
guys think? Are we going with that guy? Or are we waiting for
Absolutely not.
Lucas? Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
it's he's creepy.
He is creepy, and it sounded like his idea was just to let yourself get burned. And I'm like, no.
No, he's just like a weirdo.
Yeah,
That's-
I'm not
that's
gonna do that, thank you.
I couldn't if I tried.
Yeah, well, oh, good, oh, lucky you.
I'm
Ooh,
still.
maybe if you are inside me, you're safe.
Mm, I mean,
Oh,
could you
no,
wear
I feel like
a slime as like an exosuit?
I cannot think of a single reason why not.
Hmm.
The issue is, would I be digested?
I
Maybe
think
a little.
no, I can't. She choose to not digest us. I swear. Right.
Hmm.
I would probably need to fit you in my inventory, though, and I don't think I have the strength to carry you.
All right, then we will simply wait, and we won't go with Mr. Robeman.
So how long you will wait?
Man, send me some dreams.
Dun 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 dun.
These
We'll wait
arrows are
till the
still
cloaks are
weirding
done.
me out. If they're from like another place, it feels weird to make arrows out of them. If they're from the Shadowfell. You know?
I don't know anything about it.
Well, it's like another plane or something, right? So like using that on like a disposable weapon seems very wasteful. I don't know.
I see what you're saying. Using an extremely rare material on a consumable weapon. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So either it's way easier for them to get across, or
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
that's how they get to and fro without us noticing, without leaving footprints.
oh,
They're
true.
like dipping into other planes and then coming back up. Truly vile.
Anyway, so are you just gonna stay here for several days until the clocks are done?
We could try adventuring again, or like hunting. It didn't go
I
that
think
badly
the,
last time.
I think the story. I think the forest is not hospitable to us right now.
That's fair.
So I think we should just wait,
Mhm.
max and relax.
Just wanna wait for 4 days then?
objections.
Think so?
Okay, so where are you gonna stay for 4 days? That's my question. And is this considered a time skip? You wanna do a time skip, my dudes?
That's what I was
Uh,
thinking.
Oh, do we have money to stay somewhere?
You should have enough.
Okay.
Anyway, so I guess since you're gonna do time skip, I think maybe it's a time to stop the stream.
Yeah,
Call
so
it
we're gonna
here.
do a time skip, and we got a big thing going on.
Yeah.
Next time.
Okay.
Probably seems like a good time.
So you gotta do a time skip. Let's fucking go. So in that case, I guess we're gonna call it then, right? Session 9 done.
Yeah.
Hey! Congratulations, everybody! You're level 5 now.
Let's go.
Hey.
It's feet time.
I should eat more arrows of questionable origin.
Oh no. Anyway, yeah, I guess we're gonna call it. So, anything you want to say before I finish the stream to no survivors? Anything you want to say?
Thank you for watching.
I wish things that I identify would stop trying to kill me.
Pee pee poo poo. Oh stinky.
Perfect.
Uh-huh.